What's up, guys? So I'm going to do a review today of the Mythic Oracle cards, and I'm going to show you how they answered a question for me right in front of your eyes to show that it wasn't fake or fixed, and it was a really interesting result, so check it out. So we're getting towards the end of our time at this house, that it's almost time to move. So it was always a question of, is it the right time to be looking for a home to move? And so I used the Oracle cards, and I asked Apollo that question. And I'm going, like I mentioned before the intro, that I do it right in front of you. I recorded this doing it, and I shuffled the deck, and an interesting card popped out, and you'll see why it's interesting and what that means, and I explain it in the video. So, all right, guys. So I have my cards. So I'm going to shuffle and show you how I use these. And so we've had a question about moving and when to move out of our home. So I'm going to use that as my question today. So all I do is I do prayers to Pagan and ask for his guidance when shuffling, and then whenever it feels right, I'm going to pull a card. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So hail you, great Pagan. I thank you, great God. Thank you for your blessings and help me see what I need to see in this card today. Blessings to you, and I thank you for your gifts and guidance. And then you just pull a card that you feel so that you guys see it. Check that out. And you saw me shuffle the deck, and this was on the bottom, and I pulled it out and I got Hestia. So home, and I talked about us moving. So you see that's so we're going to see what that says. So this is the message of what the card says. So this is the Hestia message. It says, this card's all about the warmth and the spirit of the home, and indicates the home and family are especially important at this time. Our families are not just our blood relatives, but they are the people who care for and nurture us in our lives, and the people for whom we deeply love and care. Our connection to family reminds us of who we are and brings us back to our roots, both culturally and personally. Give us a sense of continuity, of being a part of something greater than ourselves. Home is the feeling. Home is also the ground we create for ourselves, a place of security, peace, and warmth. We rejuvenate ourselves in the place so that we may have the energy to operate in the world. So this is a time for us for connecting to the nourishing energy of home and family. You can be anywhere in the world to do this. All you need to do is connect to the space within yourself that allows you to feel strong, safe, and warm. This is a time for creating the right home space for yourself. If you feel that your home is contaminated, then you must do whatever it is necessary to cleanse it. You cannot hope to operate from a clear space. You cannot hope to operate from a clear space within your life or the world unless you are operating from a clear space within yourself and your home. If you have a destructive personality around you, you must create boundaries and remove the people from the immediate space. This is also a time to connect to those who are true to your heart's family, who are your true heart's family, to those who you love and remind you of who you are. So it's right here is what we can take as my message from that card right here. This is a time for creating the right home space for yourself. So in other words, this could be the right time to start looking and having ideas for the home. Because right here it says, if you feel that your home is contaminated, or if it isn't the right place to be, then you must do whatever is necessary to cleanse it. You cannot hope to operate from a clear space within your life or the world unless you are operating from a clear space within yourself and your home. So you can take that as this is the right time for us to be looking and do what is necessary to move. You can say it that way, because if your home is contaminated or you feel like it's not the right place for you, then you must do whatever's necessary to cleanse it. So if you feel like it's time to move, you don't feel like you're at home anymore, you gotta do whatever it is to cleanse it. Helen, blessings to you, great God, Paul. I thank you again with a grateful heart for your help in this time. And I thank you for these cards and the gifts of being able to read these cards. And help us understand these cards, not only see it, but take into our hearts the advice that you give. And I thank you again, great God. So as you saw in the video, it was interesting. The Hestia card started off on the bottom of the deck. And so I shuffled. And when you shuffle the cards, you don't look at the cards. So the whole time I was shuffling, I was actually paying attention more to the camera and just concentrating on the cards to make sure that the cards were in view of the camera so you guys could see that I was actually shuffling it. And Hestia was on the bottom of the card, was the bottom card in that deck when I was showing you guys the cards before I shuffled. That was not planned. So there's a strong home message that's being sent to me, especially when I shuffle the deck and then without looking, I draw a card and it's Hestia. So it's telling me home again. So that was a strong home message. So this deck I would highly recommend. So right now I'll just quickly show you again the cards. I'll show you the box and who created this deck, and I'll show you what gods and goddesses are in it. Needless to say, it's a 5-star out of 5 recommend. Anyway, here are the cards, and you can find it on Amazon and anywhere, luckily, and I highly recommend it, guys. Check out what gods and goddesses and heroes are in this deck. All right, there it is. So a lot of people recommend this deck, not just me, so... And there's a reason for it, as you saw in the video. So if you guys are interested, it's called The Mythic Oracle, Wisdom of the Ancient Greek Pantheon by Carissa Mulatto, and artwork by Michelle Lee Fallon. So whenever you get the box, it comes into it with a carrier, and this is where I keep the cards in. And you guys saw me using the book. So just so you guys know what's in the deck, so these are oracle cards, they are not tarot cards. So it works a little different than tarot, but I'll show you the gods and goddesses and heroes that are in here, just really briefly, okay? So we got, there you go, Hestia. All right, then we have Pandora, and it tells hope. So they tell the name of the god, goddess, or hero, and what the card represents. So you can take your own interpretation of the word, or you can look it up in the book, as I did. You got a griffin on the back. All right, cool. All right, Themis is natural order. The Morai, destiny. And I love the artwork. The artwork's always awesome. Hades is the underworld. Bellerophon is humility. Psyche, sacred union. Helena Troy is beauty, of course. Let's see. Atlas, responsibility. Iris is the rainbow, but also means harmony. Cronus are cycles. Hephaestus is work, of course. Chiron is healing. And again, of course, since he had to do with, he taught medicine to a lot of the Greek heroes and gods. Selene, intuition. Thanatos, of course, is death. Eos, or the dawn, is new beginnings. Pontus, the unknown. Hemera, rebirth. Demeter is the harvest. Heracles, strength. Artemis is purity. Poseidon is the earth shaker. So one thing about the cards is that they stick. But that's new for every Oracle deck I've ever had. They all stick on occasion. So you have Inspiration, Naminacine, Prometheus is sacrifice. Ares is battle. Agate are the crossroads. Perseus, courage. Rhea, protection. Aphrodite, love. Athena, wisdom. Hermes is our messages. Hera, duty. Apollo, clarity. Helios, elimination. Uranus, the father. I get that card a lot. Eros is desire. Achilles is glory. Pan, nature. Zeus, divine expansion. Odysseus, the journey. Dionysus, freedom. Hebe as play. So yes, a lot of cards. Persephone, awakening. Gaia, the mother. I think this is the last card. Then Orpheus, faith.